This meeting is being recorded.
Hi, good morning. Happy to see all of you here on Sunday morning. Yeah, can you please turn on your camera? Box, let me see how many of you faces. Let me see that. Please turn on your camera. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please say yes in the chat box. Okay, very good. Good to know that, Satvika. Okay. So can you please type your city name or place name in the chat box? Let us wait for 5 more minutes. Let others also join, then we'll start the session. Okay. Okay, very good. There are people from Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore. Okay, Tamil Nadu, Trichy. Okay, UK. Okay. How about others? Guys, we'll just wait for 5 more minutes. So let's, I'll just send one more reminder in the group. Let others join. I hope you are ready with your drawing pencils and paper. You can use any pencils or paper that you have or no. Also have your notepad and pen ready because we'll be discussing a few important things that you can take note. Okay. Okay, there are people from Jaipur and Dhaka as well. Okay, we have global audience here in this group. Nice to know that. Yeah. How many of you have tried realism before? Or how many of you are completely new to drawing? If you are completely new to drawing, type new in the chat box. If you are already into realistic drawing, you can say I have already tried. Or you can say that I am a beginner. How many of you are beginners and how many of you are completely new for the drawing? Okay. I can see there are people who have already tried but had a break. Okay. Okay. New and I'm a beginner, ma'am. Okay, I have already tried. Good, good. Good to see beginner for realistic drawing. Okay. I have already tried. Okay. Good, good. So there are only few people who are completely new and most of you have already tried. Yeah. So let us begin. I think people have started joining. Let us start the session. See, if you have already attended this session previously, it is going to be similar. Okay, so I just want to make a note of it. Okay, so once again, welcome all of you and thank you for joining today. I see like very few people take out their time to learn new skills. So you belong to those top 1% of the people who always like to upgrade and learn something new. I'm so happy to connect with all of you today. Yeah. Welcome to Realism Revealed Masterclass, Art of Drawing. Okay, so here, yeah, before we start the session, so I request all of you to have a notepad and pen, and if you are having drawing book and a few pencils, that is also good enough. And please log in using a laptop, not from your mobile, so that we'll not have any distractions during the session. Okay, keep your water bottle with you so that you don't have to get up in between. This session can go up to 1:30 p.m. today, so make sure that you are prepared, right? How many of you are ready? Type ready in the chat box if you are ready. Okay. So now let me tell you what is the structure of the webinar. So as I mentioned, this is going to be for 2.5 hours. So initially for the half an hour, we'll be discussing about a few drawing principles and you will understand what are the important things and what mistakes that you need to avoid in realistic drawing. Okay. So after that, for 1.5 hour, you'll be having a drawing demo. After the drawing demo, then we'll take a Q&A. So if you are having any questions, so please make sure that you stay till end of the webinar because most of the questions might be answered during the session itself. All of your questions might be answered during the session. But I do not want any distractions during the session. So that's why please make sure that you note all the questions that you get and ask me at the end of the session. Okay, so that I can give you the dedicated time without any distractions during the session. Whatever the content I have prepared for this session is extremely important. So make sure that you pay 100% attention to it. Okay. Yeah. So how many of you are committed for next 2.5 hours? How many of you are committed? Type C in the chat box if you are committed for next 2 or 2.5 hours. Okay, very good, very good. Nice to see all of you. And those of you who will stay till end of the webinar, you will get to know more opportunities to learn from me. So make sure that you stay till end of the webinar so that I can take questions from you and you'll get to know more opportunities to learn from me. Okay. How many of you are seeing me for the first time? Is it your first time that attending my session? Type first time in the chat box if you are attending my session for the first time. How many of you are seeing me for the first time? Oh, okay. I can see there are many people who are seeing me for the first time who has not attended the session previously. Okay. Good to know that. Yeah. So if you are seeing me for the first time, it would be difficult for you to connect with what I am teaching here today without knowing me or what I have done in this field. So for that reason, I would like to share a little bit about myself, my experience in art, and what were the real challenges I had faced in the beginning days, so that even if you are going through similar kind of situations, you can get solutions to how to fix these problems, right? So will you give me permission to share a little bit about myself? Type P in the chat box if you give me permission. Okay, very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who is typing P in the chat box. I am a self-taught portrait drawing artist. I have quit my healthcare profession to pursue my passion towards portrait drawing. So now you might think that like if I really had so much passion towards arts, why did I even choose healthcare profession and then I had to quit that, right? So that is because I come from very rural background from Andhra Pradesh. So when I was growing up, I have never seen a drawing teacher or any art professional in my life. So this is how my village used to be. So because of lack of knowledge, because we did not know that there are fine art courses are available during that time. So I couldn't take it as my profession. So I have studied in pharmacy until unless I moved to Bangalore. I didn't even know that drawing teachers do exist. Um, so then I started working as a hospital pharmacist, but that did not give me any satisfaction. So that is why I didn't continue my hospital pharmacy profession for so long. I used to draw in my childhood days only like this. So all these drawings I have done it during my school and college days. So this is how my drawings used to look back then. So now, uh, see, even though I was so passionate about drawing since childhood, I did not have any opportunity to explore it as a profession back then. So once I started working, I realized that that is not for me and that is not meant for me. I was not enjoying the job. So then again, I have come back to my childhood hobby. I have started drawing again in 2018. So this time when I have started drawing again, um, I was still working in my hospital pharmacy profession, but I still used to make some time like after my working hours before going to sleep. I just dedicated 1.5 hour for my drawings. So slowly I have started improving my drawing skills, and I found that so this is what I want to do for my entire life. So then I have decided to quit my job in 2021, and since then I am conducting this drawing classes. Um, See, you might think that why I am conducting this drawing classes, right? See, since when I started learning, I have realized that right techniques are very important. So you can see that my previous drawings, even though I was practicing very regularly here, I was getting the same results each and every time. Okay, because I did not know the right techniques of portrait drawing, and I did not know how to use pencils in the right way. Whatever I know, I just started drawing it. There are no techniques, there are no mentor, or there is no teacher for me in childhood. So that's why, like, even though I draw every day, over the years, my drawings used to look same. You can see in 2004, 2009, 2011, all these drawings almost look similar. There is not much difference, right? So then, once I started exploring the right techniques, you can see that within 1 year, there is huge difference in my drawings. How many of you can see that there is huge improvement in just 1 year? Type improvement in the chat box if you can see that improvement in my drawings within 1 year. How many of you can see that my drawing which I have done in 2019 is far better than what I have done in 2018, and what I have done in 2020 is far better than 2019. Improvement. Okay, very good. Okay, so here the many of us think that like practicing more will give us right perspective and we can improve our drawings. Yes, practice is must and should. We need to practice, but if we keep practicing the same old mistakes again and again, we'll be getting the same results, right? So once you learn the right techniques, then if you practice, your drawings will improve drastically within very short span of time. So that is what I have experienced once I started observing other artists' work. Because of the internet, I got exposure to see other artists' work, how they are drawing. So that's when I have started seeing this kind of improvement in my drawings as well, right? So that's why learning right techniques is very important. How many of you realize this right now? Even I was doing the same mistake, that I was practicing same old mistakes, so I was getting same results. I did not know this. The practicing right techniques is important. How many of you realize this? Type R in the chat box if you realize this fact. Okay, good to see. Okay. See, after learning the pencil drawings, it was very easy for me to pick up any other medium. Okay. So because pencil drawings is the base for you to learn any other mediums, because you are learning gray tones, you will understand how to differentiate the depth and highlight areas, and you will understand how to bring the tonal variations and depth in any drawing just by using grayscale. So that's why you will be very strong in observation and creating depth, so you can pick up any other mediums easily after you learn pencil drawing. So once I have learned and once I have started practicing realistic portrait drawing, I was able to make this kind of color pencil portrait drawings very easily without learning from anybody. And recently I have even attempted acrylic paintings as well. So within first and second attempt only, I really got good results. So like this, again, these are my recent pencil drawing works. I always believe in learning new skills and improving my artworks no matter what. See, um, this was done in 2020, and again, these are most recent works of mine. So you can see there is improvement in each and every drawing what I do. So this was in 2020. This is okay. So then I did this Buddha drawing in 2021. I have started learning about the textures. So you can see that there is beautiful texture in this drawing compared to this other one. And then in 2023, I have done this Shiva statue. You can feel that three-dimensional look here, right? How many of you can feel the 3D look over here? You can feel that every curve in this drawing. How many of you can feel that these are three-dimensional? Type 3D in the chat box if you can feel the 3D look in the drawings. Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So after learning and improving my skills, I got opportunity to work with many other clients. I have made this customized gifts for so many of my clients. And the beautiful part is, like, it is not just about making our art as a profession, but these are special gifts for these people. So this was presented on her birthday, and it was gifted by her son, and she was so happy to open this gift, and she was so surprised to see this of her own portrait. And again, this was a marriage gift to this girl by her brother. So these are very special moments that people will remember them for a lifetime. How many of you would love to gift these kind of personalized gifts for your loved ones or do commissioned artworks? Type me in the chat box if you like to surprise your loved ones like this, or you want to do commissioned artworks like this. And this was very special portrait for me. So this client has asked me to draw three people in A4 size, and this was quite challenging. A4 size paper is only this much, and I had to draw three people in this A4 size sheet. The faces were very tiny, like this small it was. It was such a challenging work for me. But however, the client liked the output and he's so happy with it. And this portrait is a special gift for this girl. She never had a chance to take a picture with her dad, and this was gifted. This was a surprise gift for her on her birthday from her friends. So these are all the special moments for these people. Yeah. So are you excited to learn the secrets of the portrait drawing. And I got to work with some international clients as well. So I have delivered to many other countries from here. And also, see, once I started concentrating on my hobby, everything has changed in my life. So initially, when I was working in hospital profession, like I worked for 7 to 8 years, there was no growth, there was no satisfaction that I had. Slowly, I have started losing confidence in myself. But once I started working on what I really love, within 1 or 2 years, I got really good recognition for my work. In 2021 itself, my work Nurturance was published in a magazine and art magazine. And after that, I have won as the best mentor for portrait drawing award in 2023. So these are very special moments for me. See, why I'm sharing this is so it is not about my achievements or something. So this is about the power of doing what we love. So if you are concentrating and spending love on what we actually love doing, so that's when the real transformation happens in life. So that's what I have discovered. So I know like everybody cannot quit their job and do it as a full-time profession like how I did, but at least spending half an hour per day or 1 hour per day in your busy life, that can bring huge transformation in you, like how you feel about yourself. And so it reflects in all the different areas. See, if you are not able to spend time on what you really love doing, that will definitely impact you, and slowly you will start becoming sad or not happy with your life. And that frustration and not being happy, that will reflect on your family as well. But once you start spending some time, even like 20 minutes or half an hour on what you really love doing, so that can bring so much changes in you, and you can spread that happiness for your family as well. And I got to exhibit in many other art galleries, and I have won many other awards as well. And yeah, there were so many articles published, especially this my work Nurturance gave me so much recognition, like everybody loved that work. So like this, how many of you would love to see this kind of transformation in your life as well? So not just about like we go taking it as a profession, but how many of you would love to feel good about yourself and love to see you making beautiful portraits and surprising your family members so that you will be happy and satisfied in your life as well? Type me in the chat box. Okay. Good to see. See, initially, when I had started learning, I did not have any proper guidance. I did not have a mentor, and I didn't have time or money to invest in any fine arts classes. So that's why it took many years for me to learn this skill and improve my skills. But however, I don't want that to happen with any one of you. So that's why I'm conducting this session and sharing my knowledge, the best few things that has helped me to transform my portrait drawings. I would love to help all of you. So that's why I'm conducting this session. How many of you are with me in this mission who wants to transform your drawing skills in 2026? Okay. Yeah, I hope you are ready. Are you ready to learn the real techniques of realistic drawing? Okay. Are you ready to take notes? We are sharing some important tips about realistic drawing here. Okay. So here, first let us discuss about the mistakes. So I see that like if I analyze like 100 or 200 different artists, I see like most of the beginners will be making any of these three mistakes, because of which you don't get to see the realism look in your drawings. First one is not drawing the right proportions. Okay, you just take a note of these pointers. I'll show you examples and I'll explain you in depth. what it means. Okay. So first mistake that you need to avoid is not drawing in the right proportions. And second mistake that you need to avoid is drawing harsh outlines. And third mistake that you need to avoid is not giving the required depth in drawing. So now I'll show you the example of each and every mistake, and I'll tell you how to avoid these mistakes as well. Okay, so this is the example of not drawing the right proportions. I have taken example of my drawing only. So when I have started drawing again in 2026, I just started seeing my selfie on mobile screen and I have started drawing this. So since I did not have much idea about the facial features, proportions and all that, I have ended up drawing my portrait drawing like this. So this is how I used to draw in 2018. So here you can see I have added too many details in the hair. You can see each and every hair strand, even in the eyebrows, eyelashes, and there are good detailing on the lips as well. But the thing is, the proportions are missing in this portrait. So because of which this drawing is not looking realistic. Okay, I see this mistake with many of the beginners as well. See, first of all, we need to understand the form of the face. Okay, what should be the ideal distance between the eyes, nose, or what should be the gap and this alignment, everything. So first we need to study the facial features. Okay, you need to get an understanding how these proportions work in the portrait drawing. So then if you attempt to draw a portrait, you can get more realistic look. So rather than without learning anything of this, right? So first of all, you need to understand the facial features. And if you are a completely beginner and if you don't know what are the facial proportions are, so you can start practicing your portrait using a grid method. So once you get good at drawing portraits using grid, so then you start practicing freehand. I know like everybody will tell you that freehand is the best. You cannot use grid and all that, but everything has its own place, right? So, if you just ask somebody who is completely new to drawing, and if you give them one portrait drawing and ask them to draw, definitely they can't get the proportions. So, first for you to train your eyes, you can divide them into small grids or small boxes, and you start practicing using grids. Then slowly you start increasing the grid size and practice it. So then slowly you stop using the grid. So that is how the progression will happen. So all of a sudden you cannot say that a grid method is bad. You have to do only freehand method. So you can definitely use freehand method for your practice. But let's say that you are doing a commissioned artwork or you are presenting this artwork to somebody. Here what matters is getting the proportions right is the utmost important. It is not about what method you have used. Okay. So for your own practice, if you are doing, then you can practice with the freehand method. But if you want to gift your portrait to somebody, definitely you can try these methods like grid method, and there are many other methods like Loomis method. So whatever that you feel comfortable, you use that method and get good at it. So then along with this, start practicing freehand sketches each and every day. So when you are practicing freehand sketch, don't go with that you have to draw each and everything realistically. When you are practicing freehand sketch, just focus on the proportions. You just keep a time limit of 10 minutes or 20 minutes every day and do very quick sketching to get better with the proportions. Okay. So then whenever you want to do final works and if you want to gift your portraits to somebody, definitely you can go with the grid method where you can get more accurate features. So in this way, you can improve your proportions and you can create most look-alike portraits like your photograph. Now, the second mistake that you need to avoid is drawing harsh outlines. So again, I have taken the example from my drawing only. In childhood, I used to draw like this. See, many of us think that like adding more details will bring a realism look in our drawing. That is not true. see, if you are missing the uh, principles of drawing, so what are the details that you will add in your drawing, that will only look art, that will not make it look realistic here. So this just looks like a design pattern. You cannot see the depth, or you cannot see that realism in this drawing. Even though I have added so many nice jewelry details and everything, we cannot feel that realism because these outlines are very harsh. See, first you need to understand this fact that in real life you don't get to see any harsh outlines. Okay, so here you can see this, um, like whenever you observe a face or anything, like even this Buddha frame at the behind, so even though there are clear edges, that edges will smoothly blend with the background, right? So there is a shadow behind this frame, so that will slightly look blurry. And here also, like even when you see the face features, so all these shapes that will gradually blend with the depth of that particular area. You don't get to see that line separate in the real life. So you need to start observing pictures very clearly, and you need to avoid doing this mistake. I see that this mistake with many of the beginners, even though they do everything right, they end up making the outlines dark, because of which they are not getting realistic look. How many of you are doing these two mistakes, not getting the right proportions or drawing harsh outlines? I want you to be honest and tell me, and if you are doing these mistakes. Yes? Okay. Okay, so now let us understand very most important thing, that is the third mistake that you need to avoid, that is not giving the required depth in drawing. Again, I have taken the example from my drawings only. So this is how I used to draw previously. So in this, I have not done those first two mistakes. I did not draw harsh outlines, and the proportions are also right, because I have studied the proportions and I have got the proportions right in portrait. But still there is something is missing, right? So that is depth. So here you can see that this drawing look flat, it doesn't look three-dimensional. That is because I have not created the depth. So if you observe any face, like whatever is behind, this is going to look darker, especially this neck area. Okay, this area like below the nose or below the mouth, below the eyes, all these areas are going to look darker because of how the light is being distributed, right? So many of the beginners are scared to go too dark in their drawing. So that's why they end up getting this kind of look in their portraits, because of which many people miss realism in their drawings. So how many of you are doing this mistake? How many of you struggle to get depth in your drawings? Okay, so I can see like many of you are struggling to get depth. See, when you have to create depth, first of all, you need to understand the lights and shadows, and you need to study the reference photo very clearly. So here we have taken one reference photo. Like when you are observing the reference photo, first you need to observe for the light source. Okay. See here, even though we can't see the light source in the photo itself, we, uh, we can analyze the light distributions here. Okay, you can see this particular area is looking very bright, and this area is looking darker. That means there is a light source from the top left side. So that's why you can get to see this area very brighter, and exactly opposite to that there is darker shadow, and there is a little bit of reflected light at the bottom, and this is the main shadow of the object, especially the main shadow of the object that lies exactly opposite to the light source. So like this, whenever you get a reference, you need to study from which direction the light is coming and how it is playing this different tonal variations in the drawing. So here, like another mistake like many artists do is, yeah, they study this light variations. This is very light, this is dark, and here it is medium tone. But they miss to get the smooth transition from dark to light. See, you cannot see any clear distinction from dark, medium, or light shades over here. So if you think that this is 100% dark over here, then it is gradually reduced it to 90%, 80%, 70, 60, 50, 40, and light, then gradually it is becoming zero at this point, right? So like this, we'll have to create the smooth transition. Again, while creating this smooth transition, many artists struggle with the pencil shading techniques, okay? So they don't do the shading enough. They don't do enough shading on the paper, or else they try to go too dark in the beginning. Because of that, they don't get the smooth transition, or they don't get the smooth gradation in their shading. And some people end up using blending tools. Again, they create patchy look when they are using blending tools, and they cannot achieve this kind of smooth transition in the drawing. So these are the few mistakes that I have noticed with many other uh, artists who are just beginning or who are in the intermediate stage of learning. So now we'll do a quick demo, and I'll show you how to do this kind of smooth transition just by using pencils without using any blending tools. Are you ready? Are you ready to learn this and do along this with me? Type ready in the chat box if you are ready. Okay, very good. Yeah, let us start the drawing. I quickly connect with my mobile phone so that you can get to see my process. I'm connecting with my mobile phone, so please give me 2 minutes, and I want you to be ready with your drawing paper and pencils meanwhile.
Recording in progress.
Okay, I hope you are able to see my drawing paper. Now we'll draw a circle. So you can use something to draw a circle. So this class is not about how to draw a circle. So this is about getting 3D look. So you can use any round object to draw a circle. Let us understand the shading here. You can use HB pencil to draw the outline and make sure the tip is very sharp. I always prefer using sanding paper. So after sharpening with the sharpener, I'll rub it on the sandpaper to get it even more sharper tip. And once you do that, you'll have to clean this tip using tissue. Otherwise, the dust particle will fall on your paper. That will make your paper look dirty. Now I'm just using this cap to draw a circle. So you need to keep the outlines very light. So that's why I'm keeping this outline light. So once we start making the shading, then it would be more clear. Right now, it might look blurry to you because I have made the outlines lighter. Okay, if you just want me to spotlight this, I'll do that so that you can see it clearly. Yeah. Okay, I can see more people are joining in right now. Yeah, I want you to follow my drawing for the reference. Okay, so here there is a shadow. So this shadow is perpendicular to the sphere. Okay, and it is slightly starting towards the left side and going towards the right side. And this is in the oval shape. Okay, so now I'll just mark the shape of the shadows here. So this is how the shadow has been distributed in the given reference. We'll have to make these outlines very, very light because we don't get to see any outlines in the real life. Okay, so this is just for our reference we are drawing. So now, once this is done, we'll have to fill this up using straight lines or hatching method. And make sure that you make the lines lighter towards the this left side edge and also towards the bottom edge. Okay. So this is how the shadow distribution is in the sphere. So now we'll work on getting that tonal variations. How many of you are drawing along with me? See, even if you don't have all the different grades of pencils, you can use the same pencil and do it. That's not an issue. Okay, very good, Krishna. Very good, Veer. Veer. Okay. Okay, good, Venu. That is. Okay, here I have just sharpened the 6B pencil. See, during the demo, I may not be able to check all your questions. So make sure if you are having any questions, you stay till end of the session and I'll be answering them. Since this is the darkest area in this sphere, I have started with the 6B and I am not applying any pressure here. I am slowly adding the layers to make it dark. And see, like in the first few layers, your drawing will look messy. Many beginner artists think that they're not good at drawing and they quit it in the first few layers itself. It is actually not that you are not good at drawing, your drawing is still incomplete. And always add more layers to get the darker shades, because going too dark in the beginning, if you make any mistakes, you can't erase it. Even though if you erase it, your paper texture will get damaged and it will look patchy. So always try to avoid eraser as much as possible. Here I am using 4B pencil to create the smooth transition from dark to light. Now we have to create this even more smoother transition and lighter shading towards the bottom and the left side. For that I am using HB pencil. So if you don't have all the different grades that I am using, you can use whatever the pencil shades that you have. See here the techniques, the skills, like how we are using the pencils, that matters the most rather than what pencils or what paper you are using. Okay. Now I try to make this area a little more darker. I'll be using 8B pencil. Always use the sharp tip. Have you ever done shading like this, like without using any blending materials? Have you tried gradation like this? Let me know if you have done a shading like this without using any blending materials like cotton, blending stumps. Okay, Krishna is saying no. How about others? Okay, not many of you have attempted this kind of shading. Okay, if you are doing it for the first time, it can be a bit challenging initially. So you just give an attempt, even though if it doesn't turn out to be as smooth as it has to be. But you just understand how it can be done so that by practice you can get it better. See, as I said, I do not use eraser much in my drawings. I just use this kneadable eraser whenever I see dark spots. I lift the spots using this kneadable eraser. Now I'm using 2B pencil. See, there is no shortcut for this kind of rendering techniques. We'll have to apply slowly and create the gradation gradually. This will give more controlled shading. Okay, now I use H pencil to make even more lighter shading. Okay, now I'm using 2H pencil to make even more lighter shading here. Okay, now can you feel the smoother transition from dark to light? Can you see smooth transition from dark to light right now? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, now we'll do the shadow portion. I'll make this little more darker. Now here directly I'll use 4B pencil for the shadow because this cast shadow is much darker compared to the spear. So you can directly use 4B. Before that, I feel like here I need little more smoother transformation. Let me just finish that. First, you make the clear difference between the spear and the shadow. Because the shadow is more darker compared to the spear, you will get to see this outline. And now this outline will blend smoothly with this shadow. Okay, now I'll use 8B pencil and darken this shade. Now we'll have to create blurry edges to this. It means the edges has to be lighter. Okay. Can you please show me your drawing? All I have finished. Please show me your drawing. Did you like this process? Okay, now I'll be taking Q&A and we have few other things to discuss, so please don't leave. How many of you have completed the drawing? Okay. Please show me your drawing and how is the session for you? Are you able to complete it? Okay. It is a good attempt. Like you have made that shadow structure, right? So from there you will have to create the smoother transition, Veer. Okay, did you learn something new today? If you have learned something new today, type yes in the chat box. Did you learn something new today? Yes. Did you find the session valuable? Did you find worth attending the session? Okay, how many of you believe that there is more to learn from me? Type more in the chat box if you believe there is more to learn from me. Okay. So would you like to know more opportunities to learn from me? How many of you would love to know more opportunities to learn from me? More? Okay. Got it. So for those of you who wants to learn more from me, I am conducting 3 days realism boot camp. Are you interested to know about the details? Do you want to know three days realism boot camp details where you can get to learn about the materials? You will also learn about different medium here. How many of you would love to know about this? Okay. So here I am sharing you the details. And I'll show you the reference picture that we'll be doing this time. This time we'll be doing a different reference picture in our realism bootcamp. So those of you who had attended previously also still you can attend because we'll be choosing a different reference this time. Okay. So this is our 3 days pencil realism bootcamp. Here the best part is you are not just learning about the graphite pencils. So here in this session you have learned about the graphite pencils, but here you will learn from the starting of the, you will learn about different types of pencils, including papers. You will learn about the erasers, and you will understand how to select and how to use different mediums like graphite, charcoal and carbon in your black and white drawing, so that you can make stunning realistic portraits as well. Okay, so here we will be learning about choosing of right pencils, right tools, erasers, blending methods, and papers. And here we will also learn about how to handle graphite and charcoal, and how you can use charcoal and graphite together in your drawing. And you will also be making one complete drawing here. So this is going to happen on 22nd, 23rd, of yeah 22nd, 23rd and 24th of January, and it is going to be 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So all the 3 days it is going to be for 3 hours. So here, like in our previous boot camp, our students have made fantastic drawings. I'll show you. So this was the batch previously who have joined this 3 days boot camp, and they were able to create beautiful drawings. Okay, so here I am not able to get the photos in the WhatsApp. I can share that drawings in our group. I'll show you what drawing we have made previously in our realism boot camp. Okay, Saurav, please share the registration link so that they can register. Okay, those of you who are interested, you can register using this link. I am taking only limited seats in this. I'll share what drawings we have made previously in our group. I think all of you are there in the group, right? I'll share you the drawings which we have done during the session. And if you're having any questions related to the boot camp, you can ask me. I'm sharing the drawings which we have done in the last boot camp. I have shared the drawing. So this time we'll be choosing a different reference photo. I'll show you what is that reference photo. Okay, I got the photos of the previous boot camp, so you can see it here. See, all our students were able to create this kind of realistic drawing in our previous boot camp. This time we'll be drawing different reference photo. I'll show you what is that. And it is not just about drawing this, but you will get to learn all the techniques of realistic drawing, including how to use charcoal, graphite together to create the depth, and how to choose the best materials for your drawings as well. Okay, if any questions are there, you can ask me about this boot camp, or if you want to learn portrait drawing from me, you can personally connect with me. Let me know if you're having any questions. Okay, this is the reference that we have chosen for this time. So here you will get to learn how to draw hair, eye, skin tone as well. So here you will understand how to use charcoal and graphite together in our drawing to get this kind of detailed and also depth in your drawing. So if we are using only graphite, we cannot make very darker values, and if you are using only charcoal, it would be difficult for us to get the details right. So that's why in this 3 days realism bootcamp, you will get to learn about how to use graphite, charcoal, and carbon mediums together. And you will also learn what are the differences of these mediums and how you can make use of these mediums in bringing this kind of realism look. So did you like the reference? Do you want to draw this along with me in this 3 days realism bootcamp? Okay, we have shared the registration link. So please, you can go through the registration link, and now it is on offer as well. So you can register in the offer price before this session gets over. Were you able to open the registration link? Let me know if you're having any issues with the payment or something, and we can help you with that. And let me know if you're having any questions. Anybody has questions? Did you check the registration link? Do you have any questions? Please let me know. Okay. Uh, good. Good to see all of you till end of the session. So we'll be ending the session in a few minutes. So let me know if you're having any questions. Rajani, I teach this. I mean, I have separate courses for everything. Portrait is different, and if you are looking for sceneries, florals, I teach in some different program. So right now we are focusing on portrait and this kind of images, what I have shown you. If you are looking for something else, you can personally connect with me. We can discuss and finalize about this. So especially in this realism bootcamp, we will first get to learn the techniques like how to use graphite, charcoal, and carbon, and how to choose the right materials, how to mix them together, and you will also understand the realism drawing techniques. So you can use these techniques in drawing anything. See, if you know the fundamentals of the drawing, whether it can be portrait, still life, or scenery, everything follows the same principles. Okay. So yeah, if you are looking to improve your drawing, so this boot camp is the best start for you. And is there any other questions? Any other questions you have? Okay, guys, anybody has questions, you can unmute yourself and ask. Otherwise, we'll be ending the session. Any other questions you have? Okay, Sonali, Karthik, Deepan, do you have any questions? Jayashree, Mahi, Vivek, Aruna, Vaishnavi. Thank you so much. Lovely session. Okay, thank you, Kritika. Anybody else who has the questions? Okay, yeah. Anybody else like who would like to know any other details about the further courses or something? You can reach out to me. Okay, you are welcome. Okay. Yeah, thank you everybody. Have a great weekend. See you in the another session. And if you're having any questions related to drawing classes, please reach out to me. We'll help you out. Okay. Yeah. See you. Bye.